Second date update right in the middle of it right now on commercial-free New Country, 99.5 QIK. It's JR, Lana, and Kevin, and we are trying to help out Bailey this morning, who went on a date with this guy, Ryan.
Yeah, it looks like they met online. They went to Sloppy Joe's, had a great time, and then they went out to the Saltwater Hippie afterwards, and sounds like met up with some of her friends and had a blast. They even were kissing.
Ooh, so that seems like it would be going well.
Yeah.
But, since the date, Bailey has not heard anything from this guy, Ryan, so we have to bring him on. We tracked him down, got him on hold. Ryan, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Ryan, I appreciate you coming on with us this morning. I know it's kind of a weird ask, but we wanted to talk to you about a date you went on recently, and you just heard us talking about it. And it was with a girl named Bailey.
Right.
Yeah, so we just want to know what's going on. Why are you not getting back to this girl after a great date, it sounded like?
Well, we were having a good time. I found out that the guy that was hanging out with her the whole night was actually her ex-husband.
What?
Whoa.
Wait, what?
Whoa.
This is where was that? This is at the bar?
Yeah, we're just sitting at the bar, and, this guy, I just realized he was kind of sizing me up, and, I found out she just kind of casually told me, they used to be married for 10 years, and I was like, what?
Wow.
Kind of put me in a weird place.
So you guys are hanging out at Sloppy Joe's, having dinner. Then you guys decide to go get another drink in Madera Beach at Saltwater Hippie, and she takes you to a place that her ex is at.
Right.
Wow, that's an interesting move.
Yeah. So was this guy saying stuff to you, or was he cool, or?
He wasn't saying anything, but I just got a weird vibe, and and then it was kind of like, wait, why are you friends with your ex-husband? Why are we here with him?
So did she tell you this is she introduced you? This is my next.
I think he introduced him. He introduced himself, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of a red flag for me.
Yeah, I'd say so.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. All
Yeah.
right, Ryan. Well, that would make sense why you wouldn't call her back. We were wondering. Well, I want to let you know that we do have Bailey on the phone with us. Can we bring her back on? I would love to get her side of this and what was going on here.
Yeah, hold on one second.
Well, there she is.
Hi, everyone. We all grew up together, and I didn't know he was going to be there. And then once I saw him there, he is in our group friends. We all hang out. And it's not that big of a deal because we divorced amicably. We just knew we weren't supposed to be together, and it was over long ago. So I don't know why this is so weird.
But why do you want to hang out with your ex-husband?
Well, he's just, we all grew up together, literally from kids. So I can't be like, we're not hanging out with any of my old buddies. And same with him when there was no problem. I don't know. It's just kind of weird that it's a red flag when nothing is going on. And if I had known he was going to be there, of course I would have said something.
Ryan, what do you think?
It's just kind of shady to me, man.
How is it shady when nothing is going on with us? And if I didn't want to make it a big deal either. And I'm sure, what did you say? He was sizing you up. He is not sizing you up because we don't do that. That's not our thing.
There's a vibe from an ex-husband of 10 years that's, unmistakable, I think.
This is ridiculous that it's a red flag. It's not a red flag. If something
I
were
think
going
people
on,
would have,
and then it'd be like, oh, or he were a bad dude or something. But we just knew we weren't meant to be together. We got married young and then divorced young.
I just think people would have a lot to say about me hanging out with the girl who's, still friends with her ex-husband, and that should be a weird dynamic for me,
Because you care what people think when they don't even know the situation?
It's just I
understand
the dynamic
it's
that
I were into him or he were into me, but that's not true. So this is silly to even be worried about it off the bat.
It's not silly for me. It's a strange dynamic to have, one that I kind of, I just don't want to be a part of. I don't want to have
I mean,
that.
I understand you don't feel good. It doesn't feel good. That would make me feel weird too. But you could have talked to me about it, and we could have talked about it. And you know what? I should have said something, but we were already all drinking and having a good time. And when drinking and talking about stuff like that blows up out of proportion over nothing. I wish you could have just talked to me about this.
Hey, let me ask you a question. What's your ex-husband's name again?
Eric.
Okay, so Ryan, if Eric wouldn't have told you that they were married, did he seem like a cool enough guy to hang out with? I mean, do you think you would probably want to hang out with him again if you didn't know?
No. I really don't want to hang out with anybody's ex-husband.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me just ask you then straight up, Ryan. I mean, is this going to be a deal breaker for you? Because it sounds like Bailey is pretty tight still with her friend group that her ex happens to be a part of. I mean, it's going to be a deal breaker for you? You do not want to see Bailey again?
Yeah, unfortunately, it is a deal breaker for me. And I think Bailey's really nice, and I wish her the best, but it's just a no-go for me.
All right.
I mean, that sucks, but thank you. I wish you would have said something, but all right.
Okay. Well, you guys have a great day. Appreciate you guys both coming on, and good luck.
Thanks.
Yeah, there's no way that I would be okay with that situation.
I know it would really be weird. I mean, I'm sure there are people out there that do hang out with the exes.
Agreed. But I also think that to do that on a first date, to put him in that situation on a first date was a horrible idea.
Oh, absolutely.
They should have bailed as soon as she saw him, not be like, oh, it's just part of my friend. I don't know. 800-992-1099. 800-992-1099. Should this have been a deal breaker? We want to know.